Welcome to SIBN's version of Across the Table for Week 2 as we look forward to playing the Menor Cardinals on Friday night at 7 o'clock at Jerome T. Osborne Stadium. Welcome everybody, this is Carter Sperry alongside Brendan DeVinny. And Brendan, last week we saw the Wildcats handle the Normandy Invaders 63-7. What would you say are the keys you took away from that game?
Well, the keys obviously were the running game. After James Norris went down on the first play of possession for the Wildcats, you really had to look at the next guy up, and that was Elijah Wahib, who ran for 38 yards and a couple touchdowns. And everyone else really on that running back depth chart, Nick Berlin, Jimmy Andrews, the list goes on, really stepped up and really showed a lot about the running game that the Wildcats have.
Certainly, looking forward to the game against the Cardinals, we know that the Cardinals have an excellent running game of their own, led by Matthews, their running back, as well as a sophomore quarterback who threw for over 300 yards in their opening game against Boardman. In my opinion, I think the way that the Wildcats are going to try to stop the Cardinals on defense, if you bring pressure in, blitz, force the running game to stop, and then have to make the sophomore have difficult throws in the biggest game of his life, it's gonna cause havoc for the Wildcats.
Yeah, well, Tatarun is his name, so have fun saying that all Friday night. Yeah, the Cardinals will run all night against the Wildcats, and that's what the Invaders of Normandy tried to do most of the game. Obviously, once until the second half got around, they started to realize that we have to pass. But when they did run, the Wildcats just shut them down. So the defensive line that the Wildcats have, led by Vasquez, Ben Cray, and the list goes on, I think they can stop the running back Alex Matthews from. He will run all night. He will score some, but I think the Wildcats can contain the running game.
And I think what's going to be important is that as we see Menor rack up yards and rack up points, it's going to happen. But the Wildcat offense needs to stay disciplined, not worry about the scoreboard, and just execute for themselves. We have an excellent quarterback with 3 excellent receivers, a couple of great running backs behind them, a quality offensive line. I think if the Wildcats play their game, they will come out on top over the Menor Cardinals. 6:30 pregame show, Cleveland Home Title pregame show starts before we kick it all off from Jerome T. Osborne Stadium at 7 o'clock on Friday. Brendan DeVinny, this is Carter Sperry. God bless.